Very good morning to all of you. Uh, Today we are going to see about we are discussing through the topic that is the rock and the rock cycle. So in this lecture we are now going to see about what different type of rocks are present and how they are going to proceed in their individual processes, but at the last they are going to into the another rock, that is sedimentary converted to the igneous, and metamorphic also, again metamorphic converted to the igneous also. So all this cycle, all this rock cycle, all these rocks are been converted to each other and form a single cycle, that is called as a rock cycle. That is called as a rock cycle. So now I'm going to start this lecture. So the topic for today is a rock and rock cycle. The objective behind this study is to know about the different type of rocks and how the different kind of formation and how different type of things can be get circulated in this one. So as already discussed, or may you know about as a student of the geology, that we have a three different type of rocks. We have a three different type of rocks. The three different type of rocks are igneous rock, okay, metamorphic rock, and sedimentary rock. Igneous rock, metamorphic rock, and sedimentary rock. This is a three different kind of rocks. So igneous rock meaning from the fire. Igneous rock mean from fire. So when you have a magma, so magma can erupted on the surface or in the what we can say the inside the surface also. So that magma is known as the a component for the what we can say the individual component for the uh, rock formation. So the magma is formed during the your what we can say the during the process of your earth process of formation of lava can flow and get form of any igneous rock. So in igneous rocks meaning from fire, igneous means meaning from the igneous rock mean it is from the fire. Then it is because of it is formed from the when magma cools and harden. When magma is cool and harden, then you can form your igneous rock. Then you can form your igneous rock. Magma is called lava when it reaches to the earth's surface. There is a very basic difference between the magma and lava. Often the person from the or the most of the people get confused. Is there any difference between the magma and lava? Is there any difference between the magma and lava? So there is no difference between the magma and lava. There is no difference between the magma and lava. The basic difference is just when it is in the subsurface, it is called as a magma. When it is on a surface, it is called as a lava. Just a simple difference. Sedimentary rock. So what is the sedimentary rock? There is a three major type of rock. There is a three major type of rock. One of them is a sedimentary rock. So all type of rock, mineral, and organic matter that have been broken into fragment by forces, wind, water, and ice. All type of rock, mineral, and organic matter that have been broken into fragment by forces is known as wind, water, and ice. So there is a three different categories of the this one: wind, water, and ice. Then you have a deposits harden after the being compressed together. The deposits is harder. The deposits get hardened after being compressed together, and this is known as the what we can say the a sedimentary rock or sedimentary rock. There is a three major type of rocks. One of them is igneous. Then we have a sedimentary. So sedimentary rock are those which is having a which having a all type of you have a deposit and harden being after the broken the fragment get deposited transported. This process form a sedimentary rock. This process form a sedimentary rock. Then you have a metamorphic rock. Then you have a metamorphic rock. So what the metamorphic rock is all about? What the metamorphic rock is all about? The metamorphic rock is change form. Meta means change. Morph means a form or structure. So change in the form. That is your metamorphic rock. When you have a change in a form, that is known as your metamorphic rock. So when an existing rock undergoes extreme forces, when an existing rock undergoes extreme forces, it changes form. It changes form. So we have a tremendous pressure. We have a tremendous pressure, extreme heat. We have a tremendous pressure, extreme heat, chemical processes. So this is a uh, three different kind of mechanism that is involving in a metamorphic rock. The rock cycle, the rock cycle. So now we come to our main topic, that is a rock cycle. So the rock cycle is nothing but a cycle which is in a series of changes, a cycle which is in a series of changes. Geological forces and processes cause rock to change from one type to another and back again. So a cycle is a series of changes. When we call the cycle to anything, when it is get get repeatedly occurred. Okay, then and then we can call the cycle, rock cycle to the anyone. So basically, what the bicycle we are all about. So in a bicycle, you have a wheel of this one. So whenever we ride a bicycle or bike, that same place can be again at that point of place after some time. So that is known as your cycle. A cycle is a series of changes. A cycle is a series of changes which having a geological forces and processes that cause rock to form from one type of to the another and back again. The geological process and process cause rock to change from one type to another type and back again. That is known as your rock cycle. That is known as your rock cycle. Rock in the crust have passes through the cycle many times. Rocks in the crust have passes through the cycle many times. This is what your rock cycle is looks like. This is what your rock cycle is looks like. Now you have what in cycle there is always been a tough ask to start from the any point. A cycle is nothing but the when you have a cycle, it's a tough ask to start from the any point of time. So what this cycle is all about, when you have a starting point and when it don't have any ending point, so that is your cycle. So what the cycle is all about, the cyclicity is nothing but the when you have a what we can say the round city and all. So this is how you have a weathering plus erosion, and so we now for the sake of this one we have to start from the anyone. So we will start from the igneous rock. So once the igneous rock is formed, once the igneous rock formed from the melting and cooling of magma, what happened with the igneous rock? What happened with this igneous rock? They get weathered. They get weathered. So weathering of this rock, weathering and erosion of this rock get form a sediment. Weathering of this rock form a sediment, and after the sediment has been formed, sediment is again having a pressure and cementation of this sedimentary rock will form a what will will form a what we can say the sedimentary rock, that is called as a sedimentary rock. So after the pressure and cementation to the that sedimentary unit will form a sedimentary rock. Then you have a heat and pressure. Then you have a heat and pressure. If the heat and pressure applied to that metamorphic, a heat and pressure applied to the sedimentary rock, you have a metamorphic rock. So you form a metamorphic rock. This is one type of another rock, that is a metamorphic rock. Again, you go to the metamorphic rock is undergoes to the melting. Again, this metamorphic rock is undergoes the melting. Then melting produce the magma. Melting produce the magma. And then you have a igneous rock. So this is a three different kind of rocks and this one. Now you can see that all this process is not only been considered as what we can say the process of this one. So you have it's not like that only the igneous rock weathered and form a sediment. Metamorphic rock is also weathered and form the sediment. Sedimentary rock itself weathered and form a sediment. Igneous rock is I already explained weathered and form sediment. So all these three rocks get weathered and form a sediment. That is a loose sediment. Mind you, this is a loose sediment, not your composite or compact sediment. What we are going to do. Then you have a weathering and erosion. Then you have a weathering and erosion to the sediment. So then sediment can form the loose sediment can form a sedimentary rock in the context when they are undergoing this one. What we can say the higher or cementing and this one. Then you have a igneous rock. Then you have a igneous rock. So what the igneous rock is formed from melting of the means melting of the rock and form a magma, and that magma is cooled down, you form a igneous rock. So what does the your melting or what does this one is going through the what we can say the melting of this magma can form your igneous rock. So melting from the metamorphic rock, melting from the sedimentary rock, and melting from the your what we can say the igneous rock. So all this type of melting can form a all this kind of melting can form a your igneous rock. All this kind of melting can form a igneous rock. Then metamorphic rock. How the metamorphic rock is formed? Due to the metamorphosis process that required heat and pressure. So from the igneous rock itself, it form what we can say the what we can say the metamorphic rock. From the sedimentary rock also it form a metamorphic rock. So all this process get involved the means there is a three different type of rock can form from the three different type of rocks. So that is your rock cycle. Now first we will discuss about the formation of igneous rock, how the igneous rock can form. When lava is cool and harder, it forms a igneous rock. So the rock is divided into two categories based on how the lava cool, not the based on the how lava cool, where the lava is cool. So you have an intrusive igneous rock and you have a extrusive igneous rock. So this is a two different kind of rocks we have. Two different kind of rocks we have: intrusive igneous rock and extrusive igneous rock. So this is how your igneous rock is formed. This is how your igneous rock is formed. Then you have an intrusive igneous rock. Then you have an intrusive igneous rock. How the intrusive igneous rock is formed? The cooling of magma deep below the earth's surface form the intrusive igneous rock. The rock which is formed deep below the earth's surface, that is form your intrusive igneous rock. The cooling of magma deep below the earth's surface, the cooling of magma deep below the earth's surface called the intrusive because of the lava that forms them intruded other than rocks. The magma then slowly cools to the form check. The magma then slowly cools to the form check. The slow cooling allow mineral to collect and form a large crystal. The slow cooling allow minerals to collect and form a large crystal. Then you have a extrusive igneous rock. Then you have a extrusive igneous rock. The extrusive igneous rock form when there is a rapid cooling of lava or melting of rock on the earth surface. Okay, so how the glassy texture has been formed? How the glassy texture has been formed? When there is a rapid cooling of lava. When there is a rapid cooling of lava or melting of rocks on the earth surfaces, the rapid cooling does not give the crystal time to form. The rapid cooling does not give the crystal time to form. The main difference between the two types of igneous rock is the size of the crystal when the rock is forming. The main difference between the two type of igneous rock is the size of the crystal. So what is the size of intrusive rock and what is the size of extrusive rock? The intrusive rock is formed when you have a intrusive rock is formed when you have a large crystal, means a large crystal is formed from the intrusive rock. Large crystal is formed from the intrusive rock. Where is the a small crystal is formed when you have an intrusive rock. Texture of the rock. Then you have a texture of the rock. The larger the crystal, the more rough the rock will be. The larger the crystal, the more rough the rock will be. When rapid cooling occurs and the crystal are not allowed the opportunity to form, the rock will appear extremely smooth. When the rapid cooling occurs and crystal are not allowed the opportunity to form, the rock will be appear extremely smooth. The crystal formation will be so small that they are not seen by the unaided eye. The larger the you have a crystal formation, which will be so small that they are not seen by the unaided eye. Then you have a texture of the rock. The an igneous rock with the both large and small crystal is called as a porphyritic texture. You have a crystal of the rock. Then igneous rock with the both large and small crystal is called as a porphyritic rock. The porphyritic texture is created when lava cools slowly and then speed up. So porphyritic texture is formed when lava is cooled slowly, means you have a more large crystal. When thick lava cools rapidly, no crystal form at all. So when you have a quenching process, like you have what we can say the iron which is very hot and you can throw the water, cool water. What happen? They are quenched down. Same thing happen with the lava. When lava coming into the contact with the oceanic water, they quench down. And that's what we have. That's what we have. No crystal form at all. That's what we have. No crystal form at all. Usually, thicker lava has an increased amount of trapped. Usually, thicker lava has an increased amount of trapped gases, and this will be cause the igneous rock to become full of holes. Usually, thicker lava has an increased amount of trapped gases, and this will cause the igneous rock to become full of holes. Then, what is the composition of lava? The minerals make up the lava determine the chemical makeup of the rock. There are three different type of families. One is felsic, one is mafic, and one is intermediate. One is felsic, one is mafic, and one is intermediate. So this is the three different type of families we have. Now we have formation of sedimentary rock. We have seen about what your igneous rock is formed, how the igneous rock formed, and what is the process behind the igneous rock formation. Now we have a formation of sedimentary rock. So sedimentary rock is made up of an accumulation of various type of sediment. So the main process which involved in this The main process which is involved in this one is compaction and cementation. Compaction and cementation is the two processes which is having a involved in a accumulation of various type of sediment. So what is the compaction? When all air and water is squeezed out of sediment, when all air and water is squeezed out of sediment, that process is known as the compaction process. When the minerals are left between the fragments of sediment, when the minerals are left between the fragment of sediment, that is known as your cementation. So compaction and cementation, this is the two different processes which form to the into the sedimentary processes. There is a three type of sedimentary rock. There is a three type of sedimentary rock: plastic sedimentary rock, chemical sedimentary rock, and organic sedimentary rock. Plastic sedimentary rock, chemical sedimentary rock, and organic sedimentary rock. This is the three different kind of processes we have. So rock, which is made up of rock fragment that have been moved by the water, wind, or ice. The rock, which is made up of rock fragment that have been moved by water, wind, or ice. A chemical sedimentary rocks is forms from the mineral that precipitate from the water. Or organic sedimentary rock form from the remains of organism. So this is three different type of sedimentary rocks. Three different type of sedimentary rock we have. Then you have a plastic sedimentary rock. Then you have a plastic sedimentary rock. The plastic sedimentary rock are conglomerate and sandstone and shale. The plastic sedimentary rocks are conglomerate, sandstone and shale. This is a plastic sedimentary rock. So what is the conglomerate is all about? So the when we are talking about the sedimentary rock, when we are talking about the sedimentary rock, conglomerate is the first one. The conglomerate is the first one because of the size of this one, the size of the rounded gravel size. The rock is having a composed of the rounded gravel size fragment of pebbles. The sandstone group is made up of sand size grain that have been cemented together. The sandstone group is made up of sand size grain that have been cemented together. The third group is shale, which is consist of clay size particles that easily flakes or break apart. Then you have a conglomerate. Then you have a conglomerate. So conglomerate is nothing but, so we already discussed about conglomerate. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. So this is a pure, or what we can say, the form of a conglomerate, which is looks like this in the, what we can say, the in a rock or physically rock we will there. Then you have a sandstone. In Jaipur, all are the pink sandstone. Most of the monuments which is formed from the sandstone. So you have this and the sandstone. This is how the form it forms the rock. Then you have a shale. Then you have a shale. The shale is nothing but the entirely. The shale is nothing but the entirely made up of clay particle. Entirely made up of clay particle, that is your known as what shale. That is known as. So you have a conglomerate. You have a conglomerate. You have a sandstone, you have a shale. You have a conglomerate, you have a sandstone, you have a shale. So this is the three different type of rocks we have. Then we have some chemical sedimentary rock. Then you have a chemical sedimentary rock. What is mean by chemical sedimentary rock? What is mean by chemical sedimentary rock? The rock which is that forms from the mineral. The rock which is formed from the mineral is known as the chemical sedimentary rock. The rock which is formed from the mineral is known as the chemical sedimentary rock. Uh, that once dissolve in a water. So it's not like that you form directly one. So if you have a rocks which is formed from the mineral that were once dissolved in a water, these rocks are called the evaporite. These rocks are called the evaporites. Then you have a organic sedimentary rock. Then you have organic sedimentary rock, which is formed out of the remains of the living things. The organic sedimentary rocks are formed out of the remains of living things. Coal is a prime example of this. The coal is a prime example for this. Then you have a sedimentary rock feature. Then you have a sedimentary rock feature. The sedimentary rock feature is having some property like it is having a layering. The sedimentary rock features rock is having a features of layering, ripple mark, mud, cracks, fossil, concretion. Okay, so sedimentary rock is having a feature like layering, ripples mark, mud cracks, and fossil and concretion. So this is what you have a different type of layering which can be easily identifiable. Then you have formation of sedimentary rock. Then we have formation of sedimentary rock. So this is what your sedimentary rock is formed. Now third one and last one, uh, how you can have form a metamorphic rock. How you can form a metamorphic rock. So metamorphic rock is formed from the when change from the one type rock into the another by applying a heat, pressure, and chemical process. So it is formed from the one type of rock to the another type when it formed from the one type of rock to the another by heat, pressure, and chemical process. It forms deep beneath the earth surface. It forms deep beneath the earth surface. All metamorphic rock are formed from the existing igneous sedimentary or metamorphic rock. All metamorphic rocks are formed from the existing igneous sedimentary or metamorphic rock. The formation. Mineral may change in the size or shape or separate into the parallel band. So mineral are when mineral is going undergoes the what we can have the process like what the process we have about the metamorphism process. So when mineral is go undergoes the change in this size and shape, it forms a separate parallel bands. It forms a separate parallel bands that is known as your metamorphism. That is known as your metamorphism. The metamorphic formation happen to different way. Metamorphic formation happen to different ways. Contact metamorphism and regional metamorphism. Contact metamorphism and regional metamorphism. So the contact metamorphism is the metamorphism which is formed when the magma pushes through the existing rock. A contact metamorphism is formed when your contact metamorphism is formed when magma pushes through the existing rock. Then you have a changes the structure and mineral composition of surrounding rock. You have a changes in the structure and mineral composition of surrounding rock. Then you have a regional metamorphism. Then you have a regional metamorphism. The metamorphism sometimes occur when the with the tectonic plate movement. Metamorphism sometimes occur with the tectonic plate movement. Tremendous heat and pressure is created at the plate edges. Tremendous heat and pressure is created at the plate edges. This heat and pressure will cause the chemical changes in the rock. This heat and pressure will cause the chemical changes in the rock. Most metamorphic rock is created by the regional metamorphism. Most of the chemical rock is created by the regional metamorphism. You have two different type of classification for the metamorphic rock. One is a foliated one is non-foliated. One is foliated, one is non-foliated. What the regional metamorphism is all about? This classification is basically what we when we called as a regional metamorphism. The regional metamorphism we called when the process is on the a regional scale. The process is on a regional scale, then we called as a regional metamorphism. So when that one is a local, you can call as a cataclysmic metamorphism and contact metamorphism and all. This is a difference how you can define the regional metamorphism and the contact metamorphism. So metamorphism which sometime occur with the tectonic plate movement. So what you need for the regional metamorphism? A high tremendous heat and pressure. Tremendous heat and pressure. Where the tremendous heat and pressure form at the plate boundaries. At the plate boundaries, you have a tremendous heat and pressure. So this heat and pressure will cause the chemical changes in the rock and form the your sedimentary rock. Also your metamorphic rock. So this is your three different type of rocks and their processes of the formation. So you have a igneous rock. You have a igneous rock, which is means of fire, and what we can have the meaning of this one is a fire, and what we have what we have this one what we can say the igneous rock is meaning the from fire, so ignite, we always say the ignite. Then the sedimentary rock, then you have a metamorphic rock. So this is the three basic type of rock. Now we are taking the revision what we learn in this lecture in a quick word, in a 5 to 10 minutes we will revise all those things what we study. Then you have a rock cycle. This is a perfect picture you can see for 1 minute. A rock cycle, what is the rock cycle is all about? So this is a rock cycle, and this rock cycle is as per as the processes which suggested the changes. Then you have a different type of rocks. Then you have a different type of rock. How the igneous rock, how this all the type of rocks have been formed. So basically, what all this what a rock cycle is all about? The rock cycle is nothing but from one rock to the another rock. When you have one rock to the another rock, the classic the when you from coming from the one system to the another system, this one is known as the rock cycle. This one is known as the rock cycle. So rock cycle is very much in what we can say the important terms for the study. It can be asked in many of the papers, and about the explain the rock cycle, like you have what hydrological cycle and all. So this is how you can have uh, what we can say the rock cycle, which form from the that when one kind of rock is converted to the another one, another type of rock is converted to another. So you have three different kind of rocks. Three different kind of rocks is formed by the three different type of processes. So now I'm just showing you the one of the animation. I will show you the one of the animation from which you can have a better idea about by seeing those images and all. You can have a better idea about that, how the rock cycle is get involved in this world. So just a minute. 1 minute. I will explain you in this with the help of the one of the video that how this all the process can be formed, how the rock cycle is working. just a minute. So the rock cycle often asked in the some of the for 10 marks, and this one all this is also a part of your what we can say the uh, part of your syllabus also, that how the igneous rock is formed. So this is a small animation which can be you can have. This is how you can have your what uh, magmatic eruption like this one. And then in by this magmatic eruption, why the magmatic eruption is there? Because of the magma is coming from the subsurface. Magma is coming from the subsurface to the surface. When this one is in a surface, when that rock is in a surface, that is called as a lava. When it is in a subsurface, you can call as a magma. When it is on a subsurface, you can form a lava. So what is this? This is a granite. Where the granite is formed as an intrusive rock. So you can have this magma fissure, which is having goes into the one of the vein, which is goes into the one of the vein and form a igneous or granite rock. So once you have a igneous rock, so once you form a igneous rock, you can have a sedimentary rock. How the sedimentary rock is formed? You can have some of the sediment, a loose sediment which is stored on the surface of sea and all. Then compaction process is there. That is a sediment which is filled by the compaction process is there, and that form a sedimentary rock. That form a sedimentary rock. So you can have then what how the metamorphic rock is formed. You have a pressure and temperature. Pressure, temperature, which form the metamorphic rock. So pressure and the pressure on for the temperature is responsible for the metamorphic rock. So you have a different type of metamorphic rock, marble and this wall. So now what is the rock cycle is all about? So this is how you can have the rock cycle. You have volcanism and all. So this is how you can have the all the rock cycle can be worked together from one rock to the another rock and this one all. So this is all about the rock cycle uh, which we study for the what we can say the uh, processes to know about how how your igneous rock is formed, how the metamorphic rock is formed, and how they are independently having their process and how this process can be merged together. Both things are there. One is this process are going independently means you have a igneous rock that is formed, you have sedimentary rock, and you have a igneous rock, you have sedimentary rock, and you have a metamorphic rock. Three different type of rock is formation of the three different type of processes. Okay, so then you have these three different processes which form a different kind of form. Like you have a granite, you have a basalt, you have a granite, you have a basalt. Then you have a rhyolite, gabbro, and all these rocks are formed by the igneous process only. Then you have a sedimentary rock. Then you have a sedimentary rock, which is formed from the sedimentary rock is formed from the sedimentary process. Then you have a metamorphic rock. In sedimentary rock, the sedimentary rock is classified only on the basis of their grain size, mind you. So you don't require to remember the minerals and what deposits are there. Okay, so the sedimentary rock is basically formed from the shale, or depend on the grain of shale and all this one. Then you have a metamorphic rock. Then you have a metamorphic rock. So what is the metamorphic rock is all about? Metamorphic rock is formed from the when pressure and temperature get exceed, pressure and temperature get exceed and form what we can say the metamorphic rock. When the temperature and pressure get exceed, form a metamorphic rock. So this is how you can have a metamorphic rock. This is how you can have a metamorphic rock. Uh, Metamorphic rock is also for the marble, which is a very important one, is also having the application of this rock is, you know, that all the rocks is used um, by you can have any building construction, and any construction is with the help of rock. Also you can find any many of the mineral resources and all inside rock. Coal is one of the sedimentary rock. So all these rocks and this one is a beneficial for the us, and as we are looking for the natural resources, you have some rocks and mineral deposits form uranium, and that one deposits in some area and all. So the igneous petrol, the not only the igneous petrol, so the petrology is very important to study, because once you study the petrology, you will get the concept of all the geological process, that how the igneous rock and this one is formed, how this process is going. So whatever the research you are going to do, you have to be uh, combine, or you have to be include those what we can say the rock cycle process. So this is how the all about the rock cycle and all. This is all about the rock cycle study, how the rock is rock cycle, rocks is study, and how this cycling from one form to the another form. It's just a form from, so the chemically, and this form it changes from one unit to the another one. On a surface, what you have mostly you have a sedimentary rock. When we are talking about the distribution of sedimentary rock, when we are talking about the distribution of sedimentary rock, on a surface you have mostly the sedimentary rock, and on what we can say the inside the earth you have mostly the igneous, and more the you have a metamorphic rock, because what the metamorphic rock required a high heat and high pressure. So where that high heat and high pressure can you get? You get under the surface because of the geothermal gradient. What is the geothermal gradient? Geothermal gradient are the is the component which we are describing. Means when you have a different layers, the overlying strata when ejected some pressure, overlying strata ejected some pressure to the below structure or below beds, that is known as your, that is known as your compaction process or this one. So you have a different kind of rocks, and you have a different kind of these processes involved in this one. So rocks is basically formed from the minerals. So mineralogy and petrology is base for the geological study. All the geological study, whatever the geological study you are carried out, that all are part. This is a part of that processes. This is a part of this process. So thank you for listening this video and this lecture. Hope you understand the concept of this rock cycle, how the rock cycle is been working, and whatever the, if you have any question, you can ask me on my mail and all. So or you can have a comment. And again, the what we are going to see about in the next lecture, we are going to see about different forms of igneous rock, different forms of igneous rock, like you have batholith, like you have a lamprochlorite, sorry, you have a dike, you have seeds and all. So these all are the processes, or the this one which we will be looking into the next some next lecture. Again, thank you. Now I'm going to close this session. Thank you all for listening to this.